All right, welcome back to the Honey Podcast. We are on our second episode of season 2, and today we have a super special guest. So, would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
I would. I've been waiting this whole time. My name is Brandon Farris, and that's it.
That's all. That's it.
That's all. I can expand.
He's just some guy that we found.
Random dude. No, definitely no online presence at all.
None. I do YouTube occasionally, daily.
And you may
whatever.
have like a few followers, you know.
Yeah.
Like
12 million across all of them. I don't know. I can't even keep.
Can't put a number on it. All right, cool. So Brandon is a super awesome YouTuber. Don't let him fool you. And he has been so awesome to come on our show. And we're just going to kind of talk to him about some cool ideas and cool things that he does. And hopefully we'll get to make fun of him a little and vice versa, because we are super into that. And yeah, so Celine, you want to get it started?
Yes. First of all, I just want to applaud you. You are awesome. Your most recent video, the ASMR, that was hilarious.
Horrible.
And then all the way in everything from that to your first guitar. Yes, I played guitar 7 years ago. You are incredible. I've been watching you nonstop for the past several days, and I think you're awesome. One of my favorites of yours is your story of eating an edible at a movie theater. That one is
Got a lot of hate for that one.
You did?
I did. Well, I'm kind of known for content that's okay with kids.
That's fair.
And just out of the blue, drugs.
It was really funny though. I love those types of videos, and I thought that was really cool.
You guys do a better intro of me than I do of myself.
We got you. Anytime you need an intro, we're here to hype you up.
Can we really quick go back to that video, the ASMR one? That was horrible. Why do people do that?
I have no idea.
I went down a full loophole of that, and how is that supposed to put people to sleep? I am never gonna sleep again.
I have my theory. I think some people enjoy certain videos, and I feel bad because that's kind of like the first video I ever did where it's kind of making fun of someone, and I don't like to do that.
I mean,
and I felt so bad because he commented on the video, and I was like, I love you so much. I felt really bad, but I think the majority of views are from people who just want to laugh and make fun of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like in retrospect, he must have known that people were gonna laugh at it. Maybe
make an ASMR channel. Set yourself up to be made fun of.
It's crazy because they get so many views as well. So it's there's someone out there who genuinely likes these videos, and I just sit there and I'm like, make it stop. This is horrible.
Ooh, I made my video making fun of him, and he has 10 times the amount of views on his video. So I'm like, well,
you're welcome. You helped him out.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, they're doing something right. But yeah, I also really like your reacting to the craft videos and stuff. Those are funny. Have you the DIY craft videos and all of that? Those are really good. Have you ever when researching for those videos found a craft that you're like, wait, that's actually kind of a good idea? Or are they all just
yeah, I don't use those.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's hard because I just do 5-minute crafts for the most part, and they just repeat a lot of their stuff. So you watch one of their videos and then you watch another video, and half of that video is the same content as the other video. So you're going through 10 hours of video to get 6 or 7 clips. And a lot of them are good ideas, unfortunately, but you find the ones that are, I was going to film in my film room, do the podcast in there, but there's ketchup everywhere and butter boots. So
I'm excited to see where that goes.
Certainly. Except I am a little bit upset that we don't get to see Kelly because I want to talk about Kelly.
Save
Uh-oh.
your troops. I'll be back.
We're getting Kelly.
Yes. That is incredible.
Oh, there she
There
is.
she is.
I have Kelly.
She is
Oh,
gorgeous.
she's got a nice frame going on there.
Yes, this is her 2021 outfit.
I love it.
Oh.
All over, but don't laugh when it happens. Act like it didn't.
Well, yeah.
Well, welcome, Kelly. I'm very
Hey,
excited
Kelly.
about that. That is like the most incredible thing. Can you just talk to us about Kelly and like let us know more about that?
Well, I used to do, I don't really do them anymore, openings where people would send me gifts.
Mhm.
And it was really cool how that all started because I was homeless. And then I moved into this place and they're like, we want to help you fill out the place. So cutting all that out, they would send me gifts. And so I was doing an opening and I opened Kelly and it didn't come with a note or anything, which was weird for such a weird gift. And so I was like, I was really suspicious. I was like, at first I thought it was like cameras in the eyes. I was like, someone's trying to spy on me. I got like real paranoid. And then I was like, this doesn't feel right. I don't think this is for me. And then I went on a live and I was like, we have to figure out who sent this or who this is. And then I think I did that on Facebook. And then within, I think 9 hours, we were on a live video with the real Kelly and her husband.
I
And
love
turns
Oh,
that.
gosh.
I was just about to say, is her name really Kelly or like, did you do
It's
that?
not. I had to protect her.
That's fair. That's totally
We're
fair.
protecting Kelly.
Protect Kelly.
It's
But-
That's
yeah.
amazing.
She's very open about it, even on Instagram. Well, I don't know anymore, but she used to put co-host Kelly on her Instagram bio. Don't you do it.
Oh, she's sleepy.
No, I'm not up this early.
That is really incredible. Would you say that's your like favorite gift you've ever gotten?
Don't make me say that.
Oh.
Hold on. It's the most unique.
Or like, we don't have to say favorite. What's the oddest gift you've ever gotten?
I gotta say, it's that cup that you got. That one was
Which one?
the one that you can't drink out of.
With the sayings on it?
It was like a one that athletes use in the
got
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chose not to blow into that one. I get a bunch of gifts that I'll just won't show unless I can make a joke out of it. I get a lot of imagination. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on here.
You can say
Anything.
whatever you want.
Soap and shapes of things.
Oh.
A
Oh.
lot of- I get that. People will just send me random like 5-6 pound boxes. I have a 5-pound box of just relish packets in the room. I don't know why. I have everything to make a hot dog.
That's good. Have they sent the hot dogs yet?
They have, and I didn't open it for like a year, so they were like,
Oh.
moldy. So I do have everything to make a hot dog. You know what? That's dinner.
That's dinner. Moldy hot dogs.
So
Hot dog.
you're throwing me off a little bit drinking the Dunkin' Donuts today.
What's throwing?
Aren't you usually a Starbucks kind of
Listen,
guy?
normally, yes. Only for pink drinks.
Okay. That was my next question. What's your Starbucks go-to?
Starbucks is pink drink. This is decaf. I can't drink caffeinated stuff. The pink drink is my caffeine of the day, what little it does have. But I'm just too high energy for pure caffeine and it'll wreck my body. So decaf, coffee, and then Starbucks pink drink. I'm very to the book. Never changes.
Okay. Totally fair.
What about
That's awesome.
you?
I actually am not a big coffee drinker.
I think we
We
should
have
send
like I'm on the East Coast, so like
It's
it's
cold.
Wawa all day, you know. So I could go on about that. I could fight with people over that. Wawa is the best coffee. Wawa.
Where?
Wawa? You guys don't know what Wawa is?
Sounds like
I'm West Coast.
You don't know what your favorite is. You're just making up words. Hey, Wawa.
So Wawa is basically like it's a convenience store on the East Coast. It's like a big deal. I don't know, man. The coffee's
I've
good.
never heard of it.
Where are you from?
Wow.
East Coast, what?
I'm from Delaware.
Oh, never been
Yeah.
there.
No one's ever been here.
Its population is just you and Wawas.
It's just
That's
me
it.
and
That's it.
Wawa. That's it. That's all it is. Some cows, not much.
Produces the milk for the cream for Wawa.
Yeah.
I like
Some
it.
Wawa.
Yeah, I'm just making up things right now. But yeah, I just get like regular coffee. I don't know. I'm not a big coffee fan.
I used to be really big into it, but I also used to be really big into Red Bull as well, and then I would like to drink all those together.
And then it's just
Yeah, once I turned like 28, my body was like, I don't think we should do this anymore.
okay, a mood.
We're gonna do it for a little more. And then
It's like once you hit 25, it's over.
It's downhill.
It's over.
Yeah.
Totally over.
Celine, coffee of choice.
My biggest flaw is I don't like coffee, and I always say that. I bought a Keurig because I was like, I need to like coffee. Like I feel like my life would be better if I liked coffee, and I just haven't found it. But when I go to Starbucks, I get the strawberry acai sub with lemonade. It's so good.
That sounds so fancy.
I just need some recommendations on how to make it, but we'll get there. That's my goal for 2021. Like coffee.
I feel like if you put so much into it like that, you can just make it good,
That's true. That's true.
So, of course, the Honey Podcast is from the Honey Pop, and we are a pop culture publication, and we focus a lot about music. So we wanted to get some of your opinions on music, and just like what are some of your favorite artists and genres and stuff like that. So let's hear it.
Well, it kind of throws people off. Even I was having my girlfriend's birthday party yesterday, and her brother was there, which I know him really well. And I think I mentioned heavy metal, and because the theme of my girlfriend's birthday party was wear what you wore in high school.
Oh God, I love that.
That's a great theme.
It's a good theme. And so I was like talking about heavy metal, and he's like, you don't like heavy metal? And I was like, I pretty much only listen to heavy metal. He's like, there's no way. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of into it. So
That's awesome.
I would probably say like metal is probably my top. Progressive rock metal. I haven't been into it a lot, but I'm getting into like punk pop.
Okay.
Like 4 Year Strong, Settle Your Score, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like a little bit of everything. I don't, not country. Sorry, I don't.
You don't have to be sorry.
No.
You are fine.
As a musician, when I was actually playing for a living, I kind of had the mindset of you can grab something from each genre. So I didn't discount anything from Christian music to hardcore, death metal. So I would say metal is probably up there.
What's your like favorite metal band?
My favorite band of all time is kind of a progressive metal band. They're not like the metal I like, but yeah. Dream Theater. A lot of people don't know about Dream Theater.
They're really good.
I've never heard of them.
They're incredible, but it's very niche. Like you have to be a musician almost to appreciate the music.
Their drums are insane. They're
yes.
really good. They're really good.
I respect that. I did pin you as an alternative kind of guy when we were chatting about it. Go me. What is your like guilty pleasure music? Like if you could pick one.
So easy. Demi Lovato.
Oh, I respect that. Totally respect that. Yes.
Any of her albums. I have a lot of her albums, and I'm just like, she's just, I don't care. I don't care if it's auto-tuned or not. Like, it's just written really well.
Yeah.
She has great lyrics and an amazing voice. Like she's amazing.
I
stand.
love that. I love that. That's a good one. I wasn't expecting that. So you definitely surprised me on that one. What about your album of the year? Since we just wrapped up the new year, or the
2020?
last year. Yeah, 2020.
I can't remember. I think I know I had a really good album for 2019. I can't remember if it was 2019 or 2020. I'm gonna just say it anyway. I think I don't remember what it's called, but it's by Issues.
Mm-hmm.
Something Oblivion. I don't remember. Beautiful
Oblivion. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's
One
a
of
good
the
one.
best written albums I've ever heard in my entire life.
Good band. I
That is-
respect that. I think that was 2000. I think it was 2020.
Was it?
I think like at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
If it was,
where
then
everything kind of blends.
Yep, 100%.
All right. So my next question is that you talk a little bit about Pokemon, and your daughter as well likes Pokemon. So what's your favorite Pokemon?
It's always been Mewtwo. I'm very basic. Just because I like purple, and I started with the original 151, so I was, 99, 2000.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I started there. So it's always been Gen 1 for me.
Yeah.
And I took a big break. So she likes Pikachu. I like Mewtwo. We just keep it Gen 1, keep it simple.
Same. I think that's the best gen. Mine is Articuno.
That's
I'm Snorlax all day. I just like relate to Snorlax on such a level. I love to sleep. I'm just like love to eat. Like, come on, this is back.
Oh yeah, I'm all about it.
We love Snorlax.
Yeah, totally. Gen 1 is awesome. And are you still collecting actively or what?
I do. I have quite a bit here. And then I have a lot at my house. So I like to open cards with my daughter. She likes to open cards. And then
That's always the best part.
I know, just opening boxes is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I do sets. So I try to fill out sets, but then I have, I go deep into collecting to where I'll buy like vintage sealed boxes and stuff like that I don't open.
Yeah, that is the best part. I used to love opening those cards. Oh my gosh, that was the best. I still have my collection somewhere around here. It's certainly not that good, but it was cool when I was like 12. So you mentioned about doing your eyebrows, and you have very nice eyebrows. So I need to know. I need to know your routine. I need to know it.
I wish I had it here. Anastasia Brow Wiz. It's
Yes.
just the pencil.
I'm reading it down. Say it again.
Anastasia. Yep. It is like one of the best pencils out there. Just
yeah.
I just wrote it down. I wrote it down for sure. I feel like the eyebrows like just put together the whole face. They got to be looking good.
Right? I think that's probably the number one comment I get, besides the woman in the back.
You just can't compete with Kelly. It's okay.
Kelly's eyebrows are good too, right, Kelly? Something in her teeth.
she has perfect teeth.
Just perfect teeth.
So also, what I wanted to know, what do you do to like prepare for your recordings? Like, how do you prepare? Do you kind of just go for it, or do you like do anything to get like ready for it?
It varies. I always visualize. So I'm always, before I film, I'm always sitting down and then just imagining that I'm proud of the video afterwards, because that's the main goal, is that I'm proud of it and that it'll make people laugh. But that's subjective, so I can't really control that. Physically, preparation-wise, not a lot. It depends on the video. If I'm doing the 5-minute craft video, of course I have to go through videos and pick out the ones I want to do. I have to find the things I'll need, what I think I'll need. And with Google Translates, which is a pretty big show idea, those are a little more difficult. Those take a lot of planning. Those take hours and hours of getting the translations and then getting all the things ready, because you can't start that and then stop it midway if you forget something. So other than that, a normal video like when I was doing daily, no preparation. All my videos are purely improv, nothing scripted. It's whatever comes to me at that moment comes to me. I'm not really good at scripted.
Yeah. And you also edit your own videos too?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Awesome.
Up until a couple days ago, I did everything. So editing, thumbnails, the posting, everything.
I was watching one of the ones where you guys were watching like some video, and the editing was so poor. It just kept jumping around, and I was laughing because like that would be me if I edited our videos. It would feel horrible. And
editing everything.
yeah, and then another thing that I was like, wow, how do you like not spit out water everywhere? Because you're really good at like holding it in. Like you'll laugh, but you won't spit the water out. I would spit that shit everywhere.
I don't know what it is. I had this idea. I wrote it down as like ideas I want to try. I kind of want to like go out and do try not to laughs with other people.
Yeah.
And so like bet them like $10,000 that I can make them laugh. Something big. And I thought of that and having them try to make me laugh. But the problem is I don't laugh like a lot. It shows like a lot on my videos, but not a lot of stuff like makes me belly laugh.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But
I feel like everything makes me laugh. I would be so bad at that game.
yeah, Cameron's hard. He's hard to play with because he's one of the few people that can just really make me belly laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you do a good job at not spitting the water on him. I feel like I would just no. It would not work for me.
I'd be drenched. Like it'd be disgusting.
I would not be able to hold it in. So also you are like you have a TikTok and you have a ton of followers on there as well. How do you feel about TikTok? Like what's your opinion on it? And like how do you like utilize it as well as YouTube?
So far I've just been cutting down my videos because I was doing so much content-wise that it was hard to add another platform to do daily. So I would just cut down what I posted on YouTube, make a good 1-minute clip, and then post that on TikTok. And that seemed to work out pretty well. TikTok's my #1 social media. It's the highest. But I do believe eventually if you're going to want to do TikTok, you're going to want to be making content that's natural to the platform, vertical in the moment, not highly edited. So I want to try to get more into that in 2021, but I just can't stop watching it to make content. That's the problem.
Who's your favorite TikToker?
That's so hard.
I know, it really, really is.
Like, I don't know names.
That's literally my thing.
I don't actually know names either. I just know like, I think this guy's funny or this person's funny.
There's one guy, I think, where's my, there's no way I'd be able to find him. It's impossible. There's one guy I think he's just so clever. And he's like this tall, lanky guy with a beard, always wears a hat. And it's just like this alternative style video where he basically just repeats himself the entire video, but it's incredibly it's unique and genius. And I wish I knew his name so I could give him a proper shout out, but.
I love TikTok. I mean, I don't love it as much as Vine, but it's getting to the point where it's really funny. And I am the same way. Like I have a TikTok, but I don't have anything on it because all I do is just scroll through and like laugh at every stupid possible thing.
I made like 3 videos on TikTok and I was like, this is hard. I apply to anyone who does it. Like I cannot.
It's good to the point to where people just want to see you be you. So you could just pop off for no reason at all. You're just doing something and then, it pops off. But it's basically just, it's way different than Vine. I think a lot of people, sorry, I'm kind of trying to find him and then talk to you at the same time.
You're totally fine. I feel like I need to know his name now too.
You have to. He's just it's so unique. Yeah, I think
don't-
TikTok's a lot easier than Vine was, because Vine was insanely creative.
Yeah.
Because you were
Yeah.
so limited. With this, it's just like, I'm just going to talk for 20 seconds and then
That's
what,
it,
10 million views out of nowhere. And we'll find it. Yeah,
I was
I
gonna
thought,
look on my phone, but my cat is
let's see the cat.
Current.
I saw,
I love that. That's the
Oh.
best possible.
that's my
spot.
life.
what's your cat's name?
His name is Edward.
Edward. Oh,
I like human names for animals. I think
I
it's funny.
love it. I love that. It's my favorite. We actually talked about that on our previous episode. You have you have a cat as well, right?
I do. I have a little cat and a dog, Zelda and Link. So I go the opposite approach.
Oh, so cute.
That's
I have
really
a.
precious.
Sorry to interrupt you.
What'd you say?
I found him.
Let's see it.
Oh, no, I lost him. No, I found him. PD USA. PEPEY USA.
PD USA. I'll have to watch him.
I can't explain it, but once you watch like some of the earlier stuff, you'll be like, no wonder.
I understand. Yeah.
If it's not funny, we're coming back for you.
The second podcast.
That's awesome.
So, do you have any questions for us? We're gonna flip the script and see if you have any questions for us.
Yeah, you guys didn't tell me anything about your music. I was ready to go a full hour and a half on music, and you guys didn't even.
Oh, we can jump back to that. I love to talk about music.
We love music.
Well, then, if you want to jump back to it, I can give you a completely different question.
Okay.
Okay, I think about this a lot.
Okay.
But if you could go back and change one thing, just a tiny thing, a big thing, doesn't matter, one thing, business or personal life, what would it be? One thing that just irks you that you did wrong.
Ooh. Mine's silly. Because
I'm silly too, so go.
you know,
I mean-
I'd in school, I'd like make myself in third grade actually learn my multiplication tables because I don't know them. I am winging it.
Oh,
That's a good one. That's a pretty good one. I would say I wouldn't say I would not go to college, but I'd pick a different degree. Like I have my teaching degree for middle level education, and like I do not want to be a teacher at all. So that would be my one thing, I'd say.
How about you?
Mine's petty. So back when I was doing music professionally and I was signed and I was doing the music thing, I was actually in a hardcore metal band. And then from there, we broke up, blah, blah, blah. And I pursued a solo acoustic career, kind of like Andy McKee. I don't remember what the movie was called. They just tap on the guitar. So I kind of took that career of doing solo percussion acoustic music, and I was good enough to where I got the attention, and it was in Alaska, and the big, I guess it was a fair where they had like this talent show. I performed at the talent show. I did really good. And they were like, we would love to see you perform at the finals in Anchorage. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I had the song ready. Like I've been playing it for years. I'm good at it. It's a great song. It's flashy. It gets people's attention. And I was like, it's just a good song. Nobody else is going to do this. And I think maybe a week before, I was like, I think it would be cool if I learned this Michael Jackson song and kind of learned how to dance while I did it, kind of keep people's attention. And I was like, it's a good song. And in like, while practicing, I'm able to play it through and I'm able to do it well. But I didn't like think about all the things that could go wrong. So Anchorage, Alaska is not warm.
Uh-oh.
My fingers are this, so if they get cold, they're just stiff. And it was a rainy day, windy, probably 40 something degrees. and I picked a song that I didn't know that well. And the night before, I was like, I don't know the dance well enough, so I cut the dance. And then I get up on the stage and they plug me in, and the microphone is all the way at the other end of the stage, and I want to introduce myself. So I go over there, and at that time I unplugged my guitar because the cord they gave me was so short. So I unplugged my guitar and I talked to them. They're like, you unplugged your guitar. And so I had to go back. And I played this song so bad. It was horrible. It was like the worst.
Oh,
Like I was
no.
getting through it. Like I could barely hear it. And I looked at the crowd, and like the people who paid to take me there were like,
Who's
so
this
bad.
guy?
If I could change one thing in my life, it's always been, I wish I would just go back and play the song I knew.
What song?
That's a really
what
good
Michael
one.
Jackson song was it?
It was a mixture. It sounds weird, but it makes sense. It was Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Tommy Emmanuel, switched into Beat It.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like a good concept. It does sound like a good concept.
It's good. Like when I play it right at home, it's good, but
Yeah.
I didn't perform it well.
I feel like that's fair. When I heard Alaska, I was like, I just thought like, wow, a lot of things could go wrong here. I don't know why.
I get super nervous too. So I was like, I wasn't made for live performing at all.
Yeah. I mean, that's hard. I would not be able to do it either.
What's
but
the first song? Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
No, yeah. I was thinking that too.
Like, what's the first song that you ever even learned on guitar? Because I feel like that's
I think
Which one?
everyone either learns Stairway to Heaven, which is pretty complex for a beginner. And then you dabble around with Iron Man or Smoke on the Water.
Yep. That's the
Mine
only
was
song
Smoke
I
on the
know.
Water.
Yep.
I think Brain Stew was the one I wanted to get to. And then now, like looking back, I'm like, it's super easy, but hindsight's 2020, I guess. So probably one of those 4 songs. I can't really remember.
Yeah, Smoke on the Water was also mine. I got an electric guitar when I was like 14, and that's the only song I ever learned how to play.
About your adventure.
And now it just sits in my office. It's right behind me.
Okay.
It's sad.
You're gonna play us something? Do you still play?
No.
No. Neither do I. So I don't know where I'm sitting.
I don't, but maybe you guys have inspired me and I'll learn something else. Probably not.
Right. We'll start the Honey Rock Band.
Yeah, just roll on it. Yes.
You need a nervous, shaky guitar player. I got you. That's me.
Heck yeah.
As long as you don't play Michael Jackson.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna.
He has to redeem himself.
Yeah, true. Okay. All right. I'll let it slide. What other questions about music are you wanting to ask us?
You guys haven't even told me your favorites. What your favorite album was? I'm ready.
Celine, you.
My favorite album right now, I think it came out in 2020, is Petals for Armor by Hayley Williams. It's such a great album.
I'll write it down.
She used to front Paramore, and she went solo, or she just has a solo project, and lyrically and the themes in that album, it's just so good, and her full voice is just absolutely incredible. So that's definitely my number one.
Did she go for more of a Paramore sound, or did she switch it up completely?
There's my cats are fighting. Threw me off guard. We're just gonna some songs do have like that Paramore, like, okay, this is what I've loved for the past like 12 years, but some things are just very experimental. Like a lot of the music in the background's very like chaotic and crazy, and it's just really cool. It's definitely a good listen.
So for me, I'm like a huge pop punk fan, which I literally say on every single podcast that we've ever recorded. It like goes back to me just being like pop punk. I love it.
Okay.
So I'm like really into like the alternative scene. That's what I write about. I would say the most for THP. An album of the year. I would say I'm like looking through my phone because like I don't even know. I would say there's like two that come to mind that I would say would be 2020 by Knuckle Puck. I like love that album. Um, and
Beautiful.
and then All Distortions Are Intentional by Neck Deep is my second one.
I heard
Because it's like a super close one to me, and I've mentioned this before, but it was my first advanced listen that I ever got, so it was like a big deal. And but not to say I don't write, I don't like other music. I like rap. I'm really into Machine Gun Kelly, which people either love or hate, so I can see the look in your eye. I see it. I see that look. I know what that means. But yeah, that's what I'm into. And I like metals and hardcore too as well. Not as much as pop punk, but yeah, I dabble in that too.
I love
And
that.
you,
I remember. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can see that you hate Machine Gun Kelly. I see it.
No. It's not like that. I'll
He's
talk
like, I
about that.
despise him.
I really hate him. He got it wrong. Remember the 2020 album that I liked other than Issues was Brain Pain by 4 Year Strong.
Oh yeah, that one was great. It was great. I actually got to write a lot about that. And it was awesome. They are just like a band for the ages. Like how long have they been around? A long time.
Forever.
Yeah, and that album was really, really good. Really good.
Fantastic. It's a play all the way through type of album. I
Yep.
skip one song, and that's impressive.
Yeah. I love albums like that. There was a lot of, as shitty as this year was, there was a lot of great music that came out. And for that, I'm super thankful.
I agree. MGK.
We are circling back.
You're going to do this to me?
I don't have much to say about Eminem fan. Sorry.
I mean, I
Just-
do too.
That makes sense then.
Just because, like, I don't care about the beef between them two. Eminem fan solely because of wordplay. Like, I'll take a lot of his wordplay and I'll practice things that he does, and I put that into my videos. So, I take huge inspiration comedy-wise from his music,
Yeah.
which is unique. I love the new stuff that he's doing though. MGK, the pop punk style that he went to.
Mm-hmm.
Take us to my
I
downfall.
think he was made for it.
He was made for that. Like, I'm glad he switched. I wasn't a fan of his rap.
Yeah.
I wasn't either.
Not to say it's bad. Just I prefer it.
I think that a lot of people choose a side, so I get that. I do get that. But I love him so much. I really liked that was one of my favorite albums of the year too. I would say Tickets to My Downfall. I really liked it. Which is crazy because there are that album ended up on so many like worst albums of 2020 lists. Like
I was so shocked.
I was too. I was like, I mean, I know people like hated or disliked his rap music, but like that was a genuinely good album, and he had some like killer like features. Like obviously Youngblood, he is humongous, and like I think I like Youngblood a lot. I think he's super talented. And then he had Burt McCracken from The Used, like that's huge. And the fact that Travis Barker like worked on that album, like that alone makes it like super impressive. I don't know. I just love him.
Yeah, I think people hated on him mainly because his fans they like the rap, they like the style that he does, and that's not like I'm gonna try something a little different. That's like I'm switching genres right now.
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of the hate come from. I don't think it was anything to do with the music. I think they're just taking it out on people don't like change.
Yeah.
Especially if MGK is their favorite artist. So I understand the hate, but I don't understand the hate.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Same. I totally do. I do. People, like I said, people either like love him or don't like him.
It's true. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Or loathe him. Just kidding.
Yeah. Celine, you have something to say over there?
No, I love Tickets to My Downfall. I thought it was a really good album.
Yeah.
And I think he's really nice to look at. He's a
He
really
is very
attractive man.
pretty. Very.
But sometimes his takes on things and his attitude, I'm just like, buddy.
So how do you feel about that? That's a unique perspective. Having like someone's point of view outside of their music affect the way you like their music. Does that Do you often see that happening?
It's like a thing that like I think a lot of people get conflicted with, like when especially with like people getting canceled or people being so vocal about their stance on things. It's like, when is it okay to separate the artist from their art, if that's something that we can even do? So it's something that I know I'm conflicted with a lot, like because I am like on Twitter a lot and stuff, and people will bring up things from people's past and be like, oh, this person said this when they were 12 on the internet. They're a terrible person, clearly. And it's like, no, but it's one of those things that I don't even know which way I lean, because it's case by case, I guess. I don't know. How about you guys?
I would say the same thing. Especially with the genres that I do listen to. There is a lot of like controversy and in pop punk and just artists being shitty and doing shitty things. Um, so yeah, I think it's like super hard. And especially I would say for myself, I am like very like in tune to those things. So like when I see a person just like being a bad person, I just have to like write them off. Like I can't do it, you know? Like yeah. Like I used to love Brand New and now I don't listen to Brand New at all because Jesse Lacey sucks. So like I still have it, but I have their entire like collection of albums on vinyl, and like I spent so much money on them and it pisses me off that I did that because like he's shitty, you know?
I don't know the
But
story behind Brand New, so I wouldn't be able to. What do you do?
he was being like a predator to young girls, like a lot.
I understand. Yeah, like I don't know. I
It's
I
a
try.
really hard situation.
It is. I don't know if I'm very good at looking into myself and seeing if I'm wrong about certain things
Yeah.
and checking myself. And I've struggled with this one a lot because I don't feel that way for art in general, I guess, for comedians or like, I guess the whole stuff with Louis C.K.,
Mm-hmm.
like everybody's like, all the stuff that he's done, like, yeah, bad person. I wouldn't want to hang out with the guy or do anything, but I think his comedy is hilarious. So I'm going to keep listening to his comedy. But like in my car when I'm driving to practice. So like,
Right.
I know there's a certain level of, well, you don't want to keep supporting that person. Well, he didn't upload this YouTube video that I'm watching, so he's not getting paid from it. I'm not telling my fans about him right now, but I don't feel that way. But I also would like if someone felt strongly the opposite way to kind of check me on it. But I don't know. I don't know whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah. I mean, like, I really agree with that because, like, there's like songs that'll come on, like, and I'll be like, oh, I really like this song and I really like this band, but like this person's shitty. So I'm gonna listen to it alone in my car when no one's with me. Yeah, like I agree. It's like you're really like it's just like a hard situation.
It is. I think.
Especially, yeah. Sorry.
No,
I was
go ahead.
I was gonna say, especially if it's like an artist, comedian, actor, whatever that you like grew up with.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, this music was written by this person, but it's also now tied to a personal memory of my childhood or teen years, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So it's also conflicted because it's like it means something personal to me, but it's just like you're between a rock and a hard place at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, say I didn't know about Brand New, say I was listening to them, and then I had no idea, and then someone tells me about it. Like I don't know if that would affect. Like I like the music.
Right. And that's like that happens, like I feel like it happens like more so now than ever. Like people will like I'll post something on my story and someone will like slide in my DMs and be like, oh, they are this or they did that. And I'm like, oh, sorry. Like I genuinely didn't know that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And people, I agree, people feel so strongly about it sometimes that like that is a great question. Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a fine line. I would never promote, brand new. I would
Right.
never say check out their album, check out their music. I would never find a way to make them more successful using my platform,
Right.
knowing they've done something wrong. But I wouldn't stop myself personally if I enjoyed one of their songs to play it in my car on the way to Starbucks to get my pink drink.
I think that is a totally fair and like, yeah, that makes sense. As long as you're not promoting them and like stuff like that, there's no sense, especially like you said, Celine, when things like tied to your like whole entire life, you know?
Exactly. It's hard. And I always like want to do my best to be my best, but sometimes it's like what I don't know what to do in this situation.
Yeah. And I think especially with the way the world is now, like like you said, cancel culture is just so
Sorry. My cat's tails on screen.
I love that. It's cancel culture is just so like it runs rampant. And I mean, people should just not be shitty and do shitty things. But like you said, they can often get canceled for something so insane or like small or from 12 years ago saying something on the internet. Yeah. So like I think that's shitty too.
Yeah, I think it's has a lot to do with like social accountability.
Yeah.
A lot of people will be like, yeah, I don't listen to them anymore because they do this.
Yeah.
Kind of like mob mentality, because that's what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
You would look more favorably upon me if I no longer listen to Louis C.K. because of the things he's done.
Yeah.
You just look better as a person. But deep down, like that's what I try to get to. Like deep down, how do I really feel about it? Not
right.
in front of other people. Like how do I truly feel about it? That's a deep question.
Yeah, it is. Good.
That is. Yeah.
Way to make us look bad, man. You're asking us the tough questions. That is something I'm gonna have to like revisit and think about because like, yeah, it's just such a deep one. Wow.
Yeah, I like to think about deep stuff like that.
Do you believe in aliens?
Of course.
That's like, see, those are my questions.
I love that. I'm so open-minded about everything. So I'm so open-minded about being corrected on things that I believe my entire life. Like I almost want to be corrected on something because I take the mentality of I know nothing and I can learn something from everyone, because once you close that off, then you die. So I believe like a bunch of stuff. I believe we could be in a simulation. I believe there's aliens. I believe the government has aliens. I'm not like big into like, oh, Trump's hiding aliens. I don't like do that. But
Yeah,
like,
no.
yeah, there's definitely a possibility. Anything could happen, and I'm open for it.
Kind of just like a why not approach.
Or why not? Weirder things have happened.
Sure. Exactly. I think another question I planned, which was a silly one. If you could make a Pokemon,
Oh yes.
what animals would you use and like what kind of hybrid would you do?
I would mix my cat and my dog together, and then so I'd only have to feed once a day.
And what would their power be?
He would stop licking my feet all the time.
Oh my God.
And
Which one does that? Your dog or your cat? Or both?
my dog is big on, I don't know how to train dogs. I'm very bad at it.
Me neither.
It's hard.
He likes to bite my feet when I walk.
Oh
And
my
then when I tell
gosh.
him to stop, he just likes to lick my feet as to appease the gods and then go right back into biting.
Is your dog a puppy?
No.
No.
It's him.
I have a puppy and he is so insane, and I'm really also bad at training him, and he bites and licks my feet all the time. It's so worse. Oh my goodness. My hands are like bruised because he likes to like play bite all the time. And that's something that I do on TikTok too, is I like watch TikTok dog trainers, and I like try to do it with him, and he's just like, yeah, no.
Oh yeah, you try once. These are Milan him. Likes it. He's like, that's a good toy, Dad. Do that more often.
Yeah. Yep.
Have you guys seen on TikTok that one dog named Bunny who can like talk with buttons? So it'll like it's so creepy to me. I don't, it's really fascinating, but like it'll like talk like Bunny wants to go to walk or Bunny walk or something. And it's like these dogs, they know they have thoughts. It's crazy. Like
Yeah,
who would have known?
I have not seen that.
I'll send
Oh,
you
really?
videos.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's
I
so
wonder-
interesting.
Stuff like that is, I question everything. So I'm always questioning. I'm like, I want to almost go in and look and see if any amount of buttons that he presses is going to make a coherent sentence, or if after hitting these certain buttons in order he gets a treat, if he really knows what he's doing, or if he's. I'm big into like analytics, so I'm just like,
Yeah,
break it down.
What's
just
going
questioning
on?
it.
Is there like a
Questioning it.
laser pointer saying?
Yeah, I'm like, I can't believe it yet. I don't know enough about it.
It's crazy.
He's cute though.
He is
I
really
like
cute.
that.
I was scared for like a quick second that we didn't click record because I didn't see it in the corner. I was like, oh no.
I did.
But we're
I
good, we're
actually
good.
also did like deadpan. Like I don't know if you guys noticed it. Like midway through, I was like, "Did I hit record?" But I did. So we're good.
Would have been a good conversation just between the three of us.
We had a guest before last season, and I midway through it was like my computer was like storage full, and it just clicked off, and I was like, it was really sad and bad, but it did save, so it was good.
That's good.
Also, I had another question. You did the Bean Boozled, which is the most terrible game in the world. Which flavor was the worst?
Oddly enough, lawn clippings was the worst.
Really?
Well, I
Thought
don't
it'd be barf.
Oh, it's barf all day.
No. Here's the thing. When I play Bean Boozled, I play Bean Boozled. Okay. I've done it, I think, 9 times on my channel, different times.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where you get used to the flavor. So I would always bring a friend on to do it. So we do a box each, and you do handfuls. So you have maybe 20 to 30 different ones, throw them in your mouth. And when you get the sweet mixture of spoiled milk, barf, and then just lawn clippings, lawn clippings is gonna make you puke.
I feel like the barf one just was like so overpowering that like, well, I never did the whole at the same time, but that one was just always the worst for me.
They did have one, I think they took it out. It was I think it was baby wipes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
That one was horrible. Baby
Dog,
wipes.
dog food was pretty bad too.
Dog food was bad.
I've only played it like a couple times, but my niece made me play it once, and she made me eat the horrible one. And then like when it was her turn, she was like, "I don't want to play anymore," and I was like, "You're playing. You're gonna eat that."
For a handful.
Yeah.
We are in this. As far as nasty things go, one of your biggest videos is you eating a tarantula. I did you eat it? Because I did have to close my eyes.
That's what was left of it. Yeah.
I was like, the legs were everywhere. I remember that, and I just like I couldn't go. Like it was. I hate spiders so much. So it was really funny though.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. Like eating it's not bad. It's the putting it in your hand and then getting it to your mouth is the hard part. Like, because I kept you think it's alive when you pour it out of a bag and it moves onto your hand.
I'm getting the
Hence the
chills
kick out.
thinking of it.
But just like I think there's a girl on TikTok, and I get tagged in it all the time, and she just like takes them, the same one, and she'll just eat them or put them in a sandwich. And I'm like, I can totally do that, but that's no fun. Nobody wants that. That's not a good reaction. Also, it's scary if you make it scary, which I try to do.
Yeah.
And then I recently did a video with a real live tarantula.
Yeah,
I saw that one.
I did too.
That was pure fear. Like I blacked out. I was gone for a second.
When it was just crawling around the car, I was like, I could not. I did she actually lose it in the car for a second?
No, like I hate to say it, but there's so many tricks to making content. And that idea, I've been thinking of that idea for a year and a half. And it's evolved from I wanted to put a tarantula in the car, GoPros in the back seat, me in the front, lock the door, I'm alone, let the spider go.
Mm-mm.
And just
No.
Oh no.
Mm-mm.
flip the parts. Eventually it's going to crawl up my leg or it's going to crawl over my shoulder. And then you have to think of cancel culture
Mhm.
and things like that. And I was like, I know I need someone there in case I do freak out. So my sister was there. And then I know for a fact, if you let a scared spider willy-nilly crawl underneath a dark seat, they're going to stay there.
Yep.
I'm just going to wait for 2 hours for a spider, and I'm not reaching in to get it. So it evolved into what the video was, which was like this 3-minute, really quick cut video of don't fling the spider into the window.
I like when you said I said I would help you if it got near your face, but mm-mm.
You had this beautiful idea. I was like, I think it'd be funny. And these are the only times that I script things, is if I think something would be funny in a video while we're filming. And I thought it'd be funny. She's like, I'm good. I said, what if you put her on your face, like turned away, and then I said, like, I don't know where she is. And then you just like, yeah, I have no idea. And it's just a big spider on your face. I'm like, that'd be hilarious. And I was freaking her out too much. She was like, I can't do it. You're freaking me out. So the spider was getting a little jumpy too.
No. Mm-mm. I'm
I'd
not
be
even
so-
like generally like scared of spiders, but I guess I've never really had to encounter them too much. So like, yeah, if I was in that situation, I don't think I would be okay with it either.
Even
Anything
people
with-
who own them don't want to touch them. Most of
No.
them.
Whew.
Anything with a bunch of like unnecessary amount of legs, I'm like, just stay away from me. Like, no. Like, I live in Arizona and there's scorpions. I'm like, no, go away. And they're like, oh, you just gotta light them on fire. And I'm like, excuse me.
I'm not getting close enough to light it on fire.
I'm running. I'm selling the house.
That's horrible. I have eaten a scorpion too.
Yes, I was gonna say that. And when it exploded and went in your car, I was like, oh God. But like it's not even alive, but still.
Seems like it when it falls out of a bag.
Yeah, no, I still would have freaked out just as much. Like, oh, how was that one?
That one was not as bad. I struggled to get that video to 3 minutes. Because you have to get it to 3 minutes in order for Facebook to be like, yeah, we'll send your video out to people. If it's under, they really won't. So I tried, but it was really hard because, one or two reactions, and I'm like, okay, like it wasn't scaring me anymore. And then you go to putting it in your mouth, and then after a while, that doesn't scare you anymore. And my videos are so quick cut.
Yeah.
Every clip is a joke or a setup to a joke. There's no fluff. There's nothing in between except joke, 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 setup, joke. And if you don't get enough, then you don't get a video. So that one was a little more difficult to make, but not as difficult as the spider one. I think I sat for 40 minutes before I opened the spider because I was so scared.
Okay, Ahmood. What I feel like scorpions would be like super crunchy. Is that the?
They're hard. It's super hard to break through.
Ooh.
Oh, which one tasted better?
The spider was salted, so
Oh, we got some seasoning.
yeah, the scorpion was like,
I don't think any amount of salt would have make it like good enough,
so
right?
That is awesome. That is. What's your favorite video that you've uploaded and made? One that you just like are proud of?
I get that a lot, and it's usually ones that never perform well. So, I love the ASMR video. It's becoming one of my favorites. But I did a video with me and Cam. I think I called it Cooking with Cam. And the whole premise of the video, I don't know if a lot of people watching it knew, but my girlfriend, Maria Gloria, she was filming a video called Food and Drink, where she brings on a guest. They teach her how to make a certain food or a certain drink. So we had my friend Angel, who's been in a couple videos, teach her how to make like a salsa that's going to go on a taco. And so they're in the kitchen, they're filming, like cameras, lights, everything. They're filming. Me and Cam are at a tiny children's Mickey Mouse table with Mickey Mouse chairs with a hammer, meat, and just a bunch of onions. And our video is us trying to follow what they're doing in the background. So we're just like banging on stuff with hammers. It was the funniest video I've ever made. It's one of my favorites.
It's awesome. And is it because of like the memories making it, or just like that start to finish the process?
Yeah, I think it's different when I'm filming by myself, editing by myself. Because I know my style of humor. I'm not going to catch myself off guard that often. Working with Cam, he's like, I just call him the king of improv. He's perfect at it. You give him one thing and he's going to go with it no matter what. So playing off of him, that was our first video we ever did together. That was honestly the first time we ever hung out, ever.
Really?
So we've met before, but we never hung out. And I asked him to be my assistant. Like, come film this video with me. So that video was just insane. It was a lot of fun. And then the editing, I was dying. I was laughing the entire time editing, which normally never happens.
That's really good. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And
I
do
feel
you
like
ever have, I'm sorry, you can go.
I feel like it's just so much more fun to film like with people. I could never do this by myself.
I agree. I love filming with Cam. I love filming with my girlfriend. I love filming with Angel. The problem is a lot of I started my content when I was homeless. So I was in my car and I was making daily content for 2 years. So when I bring someone else on, I'm kind of like a chameleon. So if I meet someone, I kind of get a feel of who they are, how they are, and I kind of transform to meet that person's energy.
Yeah.
And so I'm different with Cam. I still have jokes, but the jokes they're laid out differently than when I'm alone doing my own videos. So they don't, a lot of my fans don't appreciate the videos with Cameron or Gloria. They're getting more used to it, but they're so used to, we just want you ranting in your car about how you're infested with ants.
See, I enjoy the videos with Cam. I think they're awesome. I think you guys are really like funny together. It's awesome.
There's an amazing chemistry there. Even the ones with your girlfriend, like obviously you guys are in a relationship. There's going to be great chemistry. I like the way you guys like set up, and it's I think with Cam and your girlfriend, it's great chemistry and great. I like the content. I like all of the content that you make. You're very talented.
We're hyping you up right now.
Love it. I'll take it all day.
We got you. And with Kelly, you guys have great chemistry as well.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Well, good job. She has ketchup on her from yesterday's video.
Now I'm gonna be like stalking until I see the catch-up video. Like, can't wait for that.
Subscribe and turn on notifications.
Oh, you're right. Right. All right. Well, do you have anything else for us before we let you go?
Yes, all day, but I guess no big questions. What else are you guys doing? Is this it? Is there other places that I can look? What else are you guys doing? Side projects?
Go ahead with that, Celine.
You can find us on thehoneypop.com, where you'll see all of our amazing content written by our writers, and it's really good. New stuff daily. Yes.
You're our first official guest of season 2, so you should feel super important.
I've never done this with anyone, so you're my first. And
yeah, this is our season. This is our second season, but this is Celine's first, or well, technically second, but she is my new co-host. So She really rocked it for me.
Yes, you got it.
So impressed you did improv.
It
I
was,
love it.
yeah, it was in high school. I loved it. It helped me like be less shy, for sure.
I try to convince everybody before the pandemic. I tried to convince everyone to go and take a class. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. You don't have to be a comedian. Like, improv is one of the best things you could learn.
Every
It
time
is.
I think of improv, I think of Michael Scott and The Office and him just doing the I have a gun.
For some reason, knew you were going to bring up The Office, and I was like, I hope not, because I'm the one person in the world who hasn't seen The Office.
What? Oh
I've
my-
seen a
Michael?
few episodes.
It's so
How did you
good.
know I was gonna bring that up?
I've watched the podcast before.
I
And you
am
bring
who
it
I
up.
am. Well, at least I didn't ask you any questions. I just brought it up.
True. My girlfriend loves it. Like,
Yeah.
her second favorite show. She's seen every episode like 19 times. She'll just rewatch the seasons.
Me. That's me.
Like,
But they took it off Netflix now, and now I have to like be a normal human being and not watch it in the background of my entire life.
I've
no.
seen funny tweets about that. They're like, "Oh no, what's everyone gonna do now that they took The Office off of Netflix? Now you have to get a personality." And it's like, oh gosh. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, just
They did that
calling me out, huh?
It's funny.
But I didn't bring I only brought it up once, so didn't do too bad.
We're good.
Well, if you don't watch The Office, what do you watch?
I only had one show that I really liked, and it was Psych. And after that, I didn't really watch any shows after that. I don't watch a lot of TV. I do watch a lot of TikTok. Not trying to sound like I'm a workaholic. I don't. I watch a lot of TikTok. But the only shows that I'll really watch is with my girlfriend, and it's always, she calls it murder porn, but any investigation stuff.
I love that. Forensic Files all day.
Yeah. We just love stuff like that.
That's
I feel
good.
that. I feel
I
like
wish I could watch TV. I can't.
yeah.
I can't pay attention. I have ADHD. I just found that out. Like, yeah, I can't sit through TV shows.
That's what YouTube's good for, though. I feel like I've like done this thing where I now utilize YouTube so much more, and I like just watch a bunch of YouTube stuff, and like I'll sit there and watch music videos too. Like I think that's the 90s in me, but like I just love watching music videos.
I'm a sucker. Like, YouTube just sucks me in.
Yeah.
I'll start off there and it goes somewhere weird. Like, last year, I think a goal for 2021 is to watch less TikTok and YouTube. Because last year I went overboard. I did a 1 hour live every morning, 7 days a week, one long form content a day, 7 days a week, sometimes 2 videos a day. And in the comments, in the messages, and I did that for like a year and a half. And then once I started doing, I'm going to take a break, do once a week videos, which is a huge cut. I just started watching a lot of TikTok and YouTube, and now I'm addicted.
Yep.
Can't get away from it.
I like would not get on I was such a Vine person that I like refused to get on to like TikTok for like the first like few months. And then once I started, I can't stop. Yeah.
Do you watch any of the old Viners on TikTok?
I actually I don't think I've come across like any of them. Again, like I just started jumping onto TikTok, so like I haven't really been on it long enough, but I feel like I need to cross into that. Are they still as good as they were on Vine?
Unfortunately, they're just reposting their old Vines as TikToks, and I'm like, you're so much more creative than that.
Yeah. Like that's
Yeah. Give us something. Try a little.
that would just make me sad because then I'd feel like nostalgic for Vine. So like make something new, guys.
Yeah, it's a hard loss. Vine was a hard loss.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
thought they were gonna take TikTok from us too, but that didn't happen, luckily.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. I save all my favorite videos just in case. So my phone storage is crazy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
they come up with some really ridiculous stuff. Like I laugh at the stupidest ones. Like there's this one which like I really wanted to try to not bring up, but it's like this TikTok and it's like talking about how to hug a girl. And this guy like starts talking about how like Alice in Chains is like the best band. It's so funny. I'll have to send it to you guys because I can't explain it.
That's really funny.
It's not. It doesn't sound.
I go from Alice in Chains to hugging a girl.
I know. Like
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's so funny. It's so funny. But I love those stupid vines. TikToks. They're the best.
Do you have a favorite Vine? One that just pops out that you think of all the time?
Yeah, it would be that one, the Alice in Chains one. Yeah, for sure. It's like what there's like another one that I think is like what is something that like lives in your head rent free. Like that's it. Like I just think of it all the time. What about you guys? What's your favorite TikToks?
Celine, you go.
Mine, I don't know if it's like bad, but it's like this guy, he's laying in bed and it's like, that song's like, hey, what? And it's like the people on the Titanic and then the what is like the fish saying hi or something. I have to send it. It's like much better when you see it versus it
That's explained. What I'm saying.
It's like, yeah, I have a whole bunch of them. A lot of them I'm like, I shouldn't laugh at this, but it's really funny.
Love that.
How about you, Brandon?
Favorite Vine was King Batch, and I don't remember what it was titled. When you drop your spaghetti, and he just had a handful of spaghetti in his pocket and he fell and then he spilled all his spaghetti. I was like, that's genius. I think I'm a physical, like I laugh at physical comedy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because my favorite TikTok was one way, way back in the day before it became like a trend. And it was a dark room. You're just like in the crevice between a bed and a wall looking up. And all you see is this hand come down real fast with a phone charger and just like start banging it into the wall, trying to find the wall charger.
I've seen that one.
And it's like what the demon under your bed sees.
And that's like
For
the
real,
cutest
though.
thing. Like, why is that so hard to do? I don't know.
I think the TikTok or the Vine that I like the most is this guy. He's walking and he just goes, I could have dropped my croissant. Like, I just think that one's so funny. I quote that one all the time, even in situations that don't make sense.
I love that.
I love doing that.
Either someone's stealing that or I didn't see the original, but there's someone on TikTok who does that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's the same guy, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I need to find that because I think that's funny.
I do love those Vines. Those TikToks. I keep saying that. God, I just miss Vine. People doing stuff like that, like falling and stuff. I definitely agree with that physical stuff. That's pretty funny.
Sucker for physical comedy for sure.
Yes. Physical comedy is really hard to pull off though. But when it's done right, it's really good.
Yeah. It's an art for sure. Jim Carrey was really good at it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Have you guys seen, speaking of Jim Carrey, have you seen the TikTok that is the lady who like looks like Jim Carrey? She's so cool.
I have. It is awesome. Yeah, I did too. She was really good. Is really good. Not was.
Stuff like that. It's so difficult. She's like, I don't know if she wants to be like a content creator or what she does, or if that's going to be her goal, but that's so hard to break out of.
Yeah.
She's put herself in a box for sure.
Totally possible. A lot of people have done it. But when you are the look-alike to Jim Carrey and you're doing the mannerisms, face mannerisms,
yeah,
it's so hard to say, okay, now I'm going to do me. Here's my content. And they're like,
no. Where is Jim Carrey?
Shifting content is so hard. It's totally doable. I believe she could do it. But that's a tough place to get out of.
Yeah. And
for
I
sure.
think especially her being so good at it, like, yeah, she like the mannerisms are insane, like spot on.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people will shift. I noticed with Angry Reactions. I love his
I
channel.
love him.
Like, just a pure beam of light. He has what, 11 million subscribers. I think around 9 or 10 he shifted to Wanye, his name, and started doing like more stuff, breaking out of Angry Reactions, and everyone's like, we loved you better when you were Angry Reactions. 11 million followers saying this. But I think he's on the right track. It's a beautiful business move for him to switch to out of that tiny box
Yeah.
into a brand of his name. So he's on the right track. It's just
He's doing really good.
a tough time. 9 million people.
That's such a big audience to have. Like,
Yeah. Whew.
Yeah.
I applaud anyone like you who has a big audience. Sorry, my cat is right in front of me. But do you ever feel pressured because you do have a larger audience, like trying to make everyone happy? But like, I can't imagine that challenge of making them happy, but also making you happy. Like, how is that?
I think last year was a really bad year personally for me. I didn't really show it in my videos, but that's when I was doing daily. I struggled a lot. Like I was depressed every single day. It was a really tough year, and that's kind of the reason why I decided to take more and more days apart from doing videos. Because when you have, because I kind of do the same thing. I popped off by doing a knitting video, and like that was the reason I got famous. And then I was like, I don't want to be known as the knitting guy. So I did something else where I would try spicy food, and then those popped off. And then I'm known as the guy who eats spicy food in his car. And then I eat a tarantula, and now I'm the spider guy. And then you do the 5-minute craft, and everybody watches that, and you're the 5-minute craft guy. So now you have this culmination of 4.6 million followers on Facebook who have been there since the knitting video. So you have knitting fans, you have the spicy fans, you have the spider fans, and those people only want to watch that content. So when you upload a vlog in your car talking about a funny story, they're like, that's not a spider, I don't care. Like, eat another spider, which is the main comment. And that's hard on me, to the point to where I did a whole week, because all the comments were like, eat another spider. So I did a whole week. I didn't upload any video but eating a tarantula. So I ate a new tarantula every single day for a week. And by the end of it, they were like, please stop eating tarantulas. And I was like, what do you want? But yeah, you can't please everyone. If you try, you're gonna kill yourself. And I don't mean that like metaphorically. You're gonna stress yourself to death. It's gonna be, especially if you have that big of an audience. So I've kind of stepped back. I know what videos work and try to find enjoyment in those, and then stop doing the videos that, they don't really get watched, because I know I'm just going to be upset and it's going to like dig at me that nobody's watching them. And if I come up with an idea that I like that's kind of off script, then I'll throw it in, kind of like the ASMR video. But for now it's working. Just, knowing what works, working a lot less, and it just appeases more people. I don't know how that works, but it is tough. The people who complain about, I don't know, complain is the right word, but who talk about, their mental illness, or I'm stressed, or, I have all this anxiety, all these content creators. Yeah, you make a lot of money, but I promise you, it's a lot harder than it looks. And it's hard to explain that to somebody who hasn't done it. So I just don't try to explain it to people, because there's no way of understanding it. But it makes sense.
People, they only see what they want to see. Like, they only see like, oh, you are making money, or you have millions of followers, but it's like, that's not it. I'm still a person at the end of the day. So I get that, and that it sucks. So I think make what makes you happy. You're really you're funny. You're awesome, and the people are gonna find you regardless of what you do.
Yeah, I had to kind of take that stance and say, I'm going to make what I want to make. And the people who want to follow will follow, and the ones who will fall off and shoot me death threats in the DMs are going to do that. And I'm just going to be okay with it because, yeah, I made a lot of money and have a lot of followers. But when last year, when you have a lot of money and a lot of followers and you'd rather be homeless in your car struggling, when that seemed better than the present you're living in, there's a disconnect somewhere. So
Yeah.
definitely don't shoot for money and fame because the happiness is not in it.
Yeah.
I promise you that. You got to find it somewhere else.
Exactly. That's why I'm a huge advocate for mental health and stuff. Like, I recently personally started my mental health journey with therapy and all of that. And I only have a few thousand followers, but I still want them to know. And I've had people tell me like, hey, I've seen a therapist because of you. And it's like, fuck yeah, that's what I want. That's if you can change one person, you've changed the world, in my opinion, because it's a domino effect from there.
I agree. I think it's a big misconception too, where if I brought up like I have so much stress and I'm anxious, I used to get panic attacks daily, like wake me up out of sleep, panic attacks every single day, and it was horrible. And I would talk about that on lives, and you get the comment like, "Oh, like, yeah, money doesn't buy happiness, but it's a lot easier with money without money." And like, I don't care for that argument, just for the fact that, yeah, like one, I don't have to worry about paying my bills most of the time. But that now that your money struggles are gone, that just adds 26 more things that you have to stress about that you're not thinking about. You're just thinking about this one thing that's now fixed that you didn't have before when you didn't have money or people watching you. So it's a uneven payoff, I would say, for the most part.
I think a lot of times people kind of forget that you're a human too. Like they take it and they run with it. I mean, I think that even has happened to us a couple of times with the Honey Pop as we've started to grow. You know, people just want to attack you over anything, you know, and they forget that like, hey, there's a human behind here. Like I'm a person too. So yeah.
I agree.
Even like, yeah. It's one of those hard things. Wow, this got deep.
I know. I like it. I love talking deep stuff.
Yeah,
I do too. It's refreshing.
it's like, yeah, and especially with the social media presence that everyone has these days. Mind you, I don't have that many followers, but still, even like, I mean, they want you to be like on it every day, and like that's not how humans are. Like that's not how we are. You can't be 100% on every day.
And if you pretend to be, then you're going to be really unhappy.
Yeah,
exactly. Putting on that show is, I think, more tiring than just accepting. It's like, hey, I'm not okay, but that's fine. I will be, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel for people like Charli D'Amelio. Like, I can't imagine the mindset of a 16-year-old with hundreds of millions of followers, tens of millions of dollars. Like, that does something to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do, like, I think about her a lot. Like, it sounds weird because I'm 26 and like she's a child, but it's like getting thrown into that spotlight so young, so fast, and having grown adults sometimes picking at your every move. Like when you're 16, you're gonna mess up. I messed up at 16. Like
I mess up at 29 every day.
Same. I mess up at my age too. Like we're human. I can't imagine what she's going through.
Yeah. The money doesn't make it better. That's for sure.
Definitely. I don't have much, but
I
can imagine. I can imagine.
Nice. Don't get me wrong. Money's great, but it doesn't fix all your problems.
It certainly doesn't. Certainly doesn't.
That is for sure.
Dig yourself out of that deep hole. Enjoy that. Sorry.
You are good. You are good.
I like that. I like that we can talk about it like so openly, because I feel like that is a new thing in the recent years, is that like mental health is it used to be such a taboo thing, and now it's like great that people are open and willing to talk about it, and like, hey, getting help is cool. Getting help is badass, and like talking about it is cool, especially for the fact that the younger generation is so like, and I'm not saying I'm not addicted to like the social media and online presence. I mean, that itself is detrimental to mental health. So like to be able to say, hey, if you're feeling this way or doing that, or hey, we feel like this too, like that's really cool. And I think that's really great for the younger generation to know and see.
Yeah, well, they were raised with it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of people complain like this new generation, like, oh, anxiety and, you know, being depressed is like a trend. No, it's
Right.
just they were, we were grown and then went into it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, you know, Facebook, I didn't start a Facebook till I was like 13, 14.
Right.
Yeah.
But these kids grow up with it and they're put in it 6, 7. And so their whole life is, I have to show out for the world.
Right.
That has to be their mentality. So yeah, I definitely don't think it's a trend. I just think it's the environment is shifting for the younger generation and their kids. You don't know how to navigate that kind of pressure at that young of an age.
Yeah.
It's rough. I don't know. Feel for them.
I definitely do. Like like you said, we were lucky to have a different childhood where we can go outside and play.
Yeah.
Not that they can't, but
True.
it's yeah, like we had that childhood where we're collecting Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and you know, not stuck behind that screen. Yeah, it's a definitely a different dynamic. It's cool. Sorry about that though.
Oh, no worries.
You broke us out of the deep hole.
Heck yeah. So you guys were talking about high school and how you dressed?
Yes, I was asking about the party and how everybody was dressed up, and lots of loose pants.
Nice. Nice. I graduated in what, 2013? I don't even know if there was like any big trends then.
For high school, it's 29.
I don't,
No.
it was like kind of boring.
Like in between trends of getting away from all those baggy clothes into now
To like
I'm gonna
tight. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely it. Also, but that was like more in middle school where like the scene kids were the cool thing.
I feel like that was just a thing because I was one. Like I don't
You
really
were?
know. Oh yeah. It was bad.
I wanted so desperately to be that, but I was in band and I played the clarinet and was in theater. So
You were a theater kid.
That's right.
I definitely, I think I still am. You don't leave it.
You don't break out of that.
No.
If it makes you feel better, I still think I'm kind of a scene kid as well. So I never really broke out of it either.
You're the best job for that.
And Brandon, you were in theater as well?
I did quite a bit in theater, but around middle school and high school, I didn't do any. I just did sports. So I'm very one focused.
Nice.
So if I'm doing theater, then I'm doing theater. But when I got into sports, I was practicing, 8 hours a day doing sports. I wanted to be good at sports.
Wow. What sports were you in?
Just basketball. I did track because I was naturally fast, but my focus was basketball.
Nice.
And then
I'm too clumsy.
I was too. Like, I guess I was horrible because I didn't learn growing up. So I had to learn quick. And then after I realized, I wasn't going to grow past 5'6", there's probably low probability of me making it anywhere. Went straight to guitar, and I was like, I put myself in homeschool and practiced 16 hours a day.
Nice. And so did you start the guitar while you were in high school?
Mm-hmm. I started when I was 13.
Nice.
I played around, and then when I was 16, I decided I wanted to go to Berkeley, which is in Boston.
Yeah.
And my East Coast dream. And I practiced. I had a late start, so I got in homeschool, and I knocked out like 2 years super quick. And then I practiced 16 hours a day. So I'd wake up at 4 in the morning and I'd practice till around 9:30, 10. And I did that for over a year.
Wow.
Dropped everything and did that. And then you get good quick. So that was my motto. And now I don't do music because I'm focused on comedy and YouTube. So I can't really focus on practicing anymore. Weird.
Who are like your comedy influences? I know you mentioned Eminem, like as far as like wordplay.
Strictly comedy influence. I probably get a lot of flack for it. Louis C.K. Just because of like the way he does it. He has a good mentality for comedy, which I like. Dan Cummins is my favorite comedian of all time, bar none. Genius, love him. And Brian Regan.
Okay.
I think one of the most sophisticated comedians. Those would be top 3.
Nice. Nice. I love John Mulaney. He's my favorite.
My girlfriend loves John Mulaney.
I don't know what it is. He just has it. I love SNL too. So maybe it's just like that style of comedy, but I love John Mulaney and Bo Burnham. He's also really funny.
I've got to put Bo Burnham up there. Yeah. He is a sweeter kid at heart.
He definitely is. Definitely is.
I'll go listen to the ending of Make Happy, the Kanye parody that he does about the burritos, and I'll just cry. I'm like, that song just hits me hard.
It's amazing.
Like, if you understand what he's saying, I'm like, goodness, like that's deep.
Yeah. I love comedy with meaning as well. Yeah. You can always laugh at your pain, I guess.
I mean, what else can you do with it, you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
You said SNL, and now I'm going to bring up another love of my life, Pete Davidson. I love him.
He's really good. His stand-up special on Netflix was really funny.
It really was. It was.
I'll have to watch it. I haven't seen it.
It was. Yeah. It's really good. I think it's his deadpan is what I like about
it.
It
is.
I love
and
deadpan.
He just put out, or he earlier in the year, or last year, he put King of Staten Island out as well, and like you
really
said,
good movie.
That movie was really good, and I think laughing at some of that pain definitely showed through on that one as well.
Talk about pain. That guy has pain.
Yeah,
definitely.
Poor guy.
Yeah, love him. He's so young too, which is. Really? I think he's like 26, 27 or something like that. Like maybe 29. I don't know. He's younger though. Like he's been in the spotlight for a while on SNL. I think he was like the youngest cast member. He's really good. I really like him as well.
I think I pull from everyone. I'll pull from everything. I think you can get something out of everyone if you're focused on it. Little mannerisms from people, the way people say things. If you think it's unique or funny, I'll kind of take that, put it in my own voice, and put it into my own videos. I do that a lot. So like, just weird things that I say and do is just things I've seen other people do, just shift it into my content.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Drawing inspiration from everything.
I respect that. I feel like I do that in my general life as well. I just like see stuff and I'm like, I really like that. I want to be like that.
Watch it, Kelly.
Kelly.
That little rascal. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I really enjoy her 2021 outfit. It's very nice.
It is nice. Chic. She's bougie now that she has money.
Oh, she's rich. That is fun.
All right, I got another one. What are your 2021, since we just started this year as well, what are your goals for 2021? Both personal and let's do personal first. Yeah.
Personal. I want to learn to speak Spanish, not fluently, but conversational. I feel like learning languages would be great for comedy as well. So it kind of goes hand in hand. And then I want to learn Korean. So
Ooh,
learning languages is my main personal goal.
I wanted to do that, but then I got like intimidated by that Duolingo owl just like threatening me when I don't when I don't do a lesson.
10 days, Tony.
It's been 10 days. He's gonna show up on our doorstep.
That is amazing. What about your professional goals? Like what are your goals for like your comedy and your YouTube this year?
Business wise, I want to build a team. So since I've been doing it myself, I've already hired a bunch of virtual assistants and manager type roles, but I want people to help marketing, branding, to run ads, people to connect me with other people, kind of do guerrilla marketing. And I just want to have more contacts with people that are in the business. So reaching out to more people and, getting that connection, because I'm the definition of introverted. I promise. So I don't like to reach out to other people, ask for help. So main goals is to just build a team, kind of grow my business.
Oh yeah. I saw that you were looking for a thumbnail artist, and I was gonna make a very bad thumbnail to pitch myself, but I didn't do it.
Got the job.
It was gonna be like comically bad.
So
Photoshop's hard.
Basically the thumbnail that I took at the beginning of this is what you were going for.
Like anytime I have to like edit something, I think of that one meme that's like graphic design is my passion, and it's like the frog and Comic Sans.
Comic Sans. Oh.
I know. In elementary school, that was my go-to though.
Oh, for sure. I like whenever I go to make something now, I'm like, I just think about that meme.
Yeah. I just use Canva now because I've been paying for Photoshop. I keep forgetting to cancel it, and I just can't figure it out. I'm not good at it.
Canva is very easy to use, though. I would definitely agree with that.
For sure.
I'll look it up, even though I know I won't use it.
Oh, it's free. They have pre-made things. You just kind of put your words in there, and it's it makes life so much easier.
It sure does.
Out of like the video creating process, since you've done everything from start to finish yourself, what's your favorite?
Filming. I hate editing. I don't like it at all.
Yeah. We have an editor for that reason.
I was just gonna say I wouldn't be able to do it. Certainly would not.
Yeah. I don't like it. Like I don't have that vision, and I don't want to spend the time to learn it. I just know what I film, and I don't see dead space. So I don't see comedy in dead space. But like my girlfriend does. So if she edits one of my videos, she's phenomenal at editing. Like if she edits one of my videos, she'll catch something in the silence that's pretty funny and clip that in. I'm like, that's genius. Whereas if you watch a video I edit, you won't see silence at all or stillness.
It's go, go, go.
Go, 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 go the whole time. So I know I'm not the best at editing, but it works for me for now.
Hey, it's an art in itself.
I was
for
gonna
sure.
say the fact that you can even do it as flawlessly as I think you do, like that's awesome, because I would not be able to.
I definitely wouldn't. I couldn't sit there long enough to do it.
Yeah, I'll put it off. I'm looking for a new editor too, part of the team.
We'll put an application on in the description. Send you all the Google responses.
Go ahead and vet them for me as well. Just give me the top 3. Thank you.
You got it. You got it.
It's gonna just be a plug-in of like the THP people. Like,
oh, we have amazing. Yeah, we can't even pay them because we don't make money. But yeah, we definitely have an amazing, talented bunch. I'll send a few your way for sure.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna like look up how to edit videos and send one in myself too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like explosions.
Clip art everywhere.
Just Comic Sans over the entire thing. Perfect, you're hired.
That's amazing.
For sure.
That's I'm excited to get a green screen and just my Twitch streams are gonna be crazy.
Honestly, the green screen is my worst nightmare. I fight with that thing all the time. I hate it.
I wonder if you do like a cardboard cutout in paint, Honey Podcast, and just make a big one, but I didn't have time to do it.
That would have been nice though. It's the thought. We'll edit it behind you.
Yes. I'm telling you, this thing, it pops like it like, I don't even know what the word is. It like slinks out and it like just pops everywhere. So like if I try to like close it down, it's just like whew, like the can of peanuts. It's bad.
Oh,
So
is it the full one?
Yeah.
Like the car things.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's great for the purpose and it does a great job. But yeah, I hate it.
I have to get one of those. I don't know how to do it in editing, so I wouldn't buy one, so I don't know.
I'm sure it's probably hard. I wouldn't know how.
Don't you dare say I'm sure it's easy. Get out.
I'm sure it's easy. As a professional video person, after I watch a few videos on how to do it, it's easy.
There's a 9-year-old out there who knows so much about editing. Stuff like that makes me sick. The kids nowadays are like, green screen? Oh yeah. Like my 6-year-old can do that. I'm like, how?
Teach me.
Oh yeah,
Please.
They know everything. They know how to use phones, all of it.
Yeah. The moment I went to my nieces and nephews, like, hey, how do I do this? That's when I was like, oh, I'm old.
I had to use my nephew to set up my Twitch. Because like for the life of me, I was like, this doesn't make sense. Where do I go live? Where's the live button?
How do I do this?
Twitch is hard because you have to like get OBS or Streamlabs, whatever you're using. And then it's like, okay, but like, why can't I see myself now? It's a challenge.
I'm getting older.
Everything you're saying to me, I have no idea what any of that is.
Danny, we don't either.
We are winging it.
I could barely do the screenshot earlier.
That was one thing I knew confident enough to speak out about. Oh yeah, Command Shift 3, Danny, don't you know?
Don't you know?
I did not.
Rookie.
They're asking a 9-year-old how to do green screening.
Do you play games on Twitch?
I did. They just want to see me play scary games, so I'll just play Resident Evil or Five Nights at Freddy's.
I recommend Phasmophobia.
I've heard, but I'm not a gamer, and I'm just good for the reaction and the commentary, and I just stopped doing it and haven't got back into it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I don't want to be scared every day.
Your poor heart.
I've done enough.
Can't do this anymore, Grandpa. Sorry. I quote Holds too much.
You keep digging.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone quote Holes, and like that's my new favorite thing ever.
It's like unironically my favorite movie.
Yeah, it's the one quote you take from Holes.
Right? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Movies are so quotable. I feel like half my life is just me quoting movies, but not Holes.
I don't quote relevant movies.
No.
Definitely.
I do quote Titanic a lot.
What do you quote from that?
I mean, anything. Like, really? Don't make me put me on the spot like that.
Just like Jack. Just the sad parts.
Yeah.
You just start crying. I'm quoting Titanic.
Yes. This actually ties back perfectly into our first episode where I talked about how I cry when I talk about Titanic. So that's perfect.
I don't
That's
think
funny.
I've ever watched it all the way through.
Well,
It's
see,
pretty long.
it is. It is. When I was younger, I would only watch the first cassette tape because I didn't want to see the ship go down.
It's a happy ending if you don't finish.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Well,
yeah.
I haven't seen it.
It's a great.
Does the ship sink?
It just who's to know? Who ends in the fire?
Just watch the first half. That's what I can say.
I love Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm surprised I haven't seen it because I just love anything he does. So that's surprising I haven't watched it all the way through. I don't like older movies, I guess that's why.
That's fair.
Older
That's
movies are so funny though, like because they're so bad.
True for that, I guess.
That's funny. Yeah. Dani was telling me that she had a Leonardo DiCaprio marathon, and in a day, right? You watched
Yeah.
most of his movies.
We watched my roommate and I. We watched like a lot of his movies in one day, and I was saying that we had finished off with Wolf of Wall Street, and like it's a great movie, but it's like super long, and we were like kind of like mildly hungover. It was New Year's Day, and we were like, all right, this is so long and we really love him, but we gotta go to sleep like halfway through. But we watched like The Great Gatsby, a classic, just like all the goods.
The Bad Romeo and Juliet one.
Just all of it. Poor guy.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Which one?
Catch Me If You Can.
Oh, I just love him.
He's good to look at.
He sure is.
Talented, and he's very talented.
Yes, he is. Now I'm thinking about like Leo again. Thanks a lot.
I'm sorry I brought up this sore subject. You can cry if you want.
I start talking about Titanic and just start crying.
Green screen your tears out. I don't what
I was saying that I was having a conversation about Titanic with my friends, and I was like, they were like, yeah, you looked at us and you like almost started crying. I was like, yes, that's how I felt about that movie.
Emotional sore spot for me.
Gosh, it's just I don't even know how to explain it.
I think the only movie I've ever cried at, well, recently it's been a couple. After you have children, that kind of changes. But the only movie I grew up that I cried at was Radio, believe it or not, with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, I saw that forever ago. Really good movie.
In theaters too. I cried.
Oh, wow.
I'm a crybaby. I'll cry at any movie, honestly.
I cry a lot. So.
Same.
Have you watched Life Itself?
No, I have not.
That's a good cry movie. That made me, I was bawling the whole time and I didn't understand half the movie. Halfway through. So
I even cry during happy movies, so I'm a mess.
It makes sense.
What more recently have you cried at?
I think that was the most recent. Life Itself.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a big documentary person, and like
Oscar. Yep, I did see that movie with Oscar Isaac. I love him. That one
can cry.
Yeah, great.
That one was an ugly cry for me.
Wait, which one is this?
Life Itself.
I'm writing that down.
It was one of those movies that I think I had to pause to cry.
Oh man, it's that bad?
It is a shocking cry.
Yeah. It's because you don't see the things the things that happen, you don't see it coming. Well, I didn't anyway.
Yeah. I think it's so beautifully made because it switches. I think it's the guy who made, what's that one with Steve Carell? I don't remember, where like there's two different couples and then they're just like circling around these two couples the whole movie, and at the end of the movie they come together, like they're telling two different stories that mesh.
Oh, Crazy Stupid Love, right?
Oh my god, that's such a good movie.
Same guy, I believe, made this, so it intertwines like the beginning goes and you're like, whoa, what's happening? And you cry your eyes out. And then it switches into Spanish halfway through. And you're like, what's happening? And then when it comes together, you're like, you just cry.
Gosh darn it. Okay.
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing for the rest of the day.
There's your marathon.
Yes. Yeah. That one's a good one. That one's a really good movie.
I watched this short on Netflix. Jody actually told me to watch it. I don't forget what it's called, but it was so, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but it was so sad. Oh my God.
I didn't watch it. I knew I'd cry, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. I watched it and I was like, because I like literally tweeted, which that's a whole nother like episode in itself. My Twitter is a scary, scary place. But I tweeted, I was like, I just really need a good cry. And Jody was like, watch this. And I like was like, Jody, I can't believe you did this to me. Like, it was so sad.
Can't watch it. I think doesn't it have to do something with children?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do children things.
Yep.
I just cry.
Nope. Nope. It was so bad. So bad. And then naturally I immediately texted another friend of mine and was like, hey, you gotta watch this, because I couldn't like get through.
Yeah.
I had to do it to somebody else, you know?
It's like the Ring video. You just gotta pass it on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No choice.
While we're on that, scary movies, how do we feel about those?
Scary in what way? Psychological or demonic? I feel those are different.
Yeah.
Those are definitely different.
Definitely. I would say, let's say psychological.
Love them. I will only watch psychological thrillers, psychological horror, like Midsummer.
Ooh, that is a good one.
That was so beautifully done.
Yeah.
It gave me anxiety. Like I had a panic attack
Oh, for sure.
midway.
In the
I was
theater.
Like, I was like, I can't. It was always in the theater.
Yes.
That one really, I mean, like that does do that to you. That movie is insane.
Also Hereditary. I loved Hereditary.
Ooh.
I can't watch Hereditary because triggers me because I have trouble breathing. Because I panic attack, it like my throat closes and I have a hard time. So when she does her little episode, I'm like, I can't do it.
That's fair. That's fair.
But it's good.
It is really good. It is really good. I can't do gore, so I avoid those movies.
My sister's only job is to watch psychological thrillers and then tell me to watch them. She'll just text me like a list. So I just watch all these psychological movies and she just vets them all. And then there's a bunch of good ones.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of really good ones. I'm more of a romantic comedy though. I like those.
Oh yeah, that's my guilty pleasure. I'll watch a rom-com any day.
What's your favorite?
The cheesier, the better. I used to put on How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh my God, that's a great one.
Over and over and over and over and
On a
over and
loop.
over at night. I was like, this is my nighttime watch.
That one's really good. 10 Things I Hate About You is another one that I really like.
Proposal.
Proposal. Again,
Good.
Crazy Stupid Love is one of my
That
favorite.
is a good one.
That one's good. It's very intricate. I like that, but I like the mindless ones where you're like, I know where this is headed, but I love it.
I love it.
We're going for the journey.
Yeah. But I don't like any of the gory demon possession stuff like that. I can't do it.
Really?
I was raised in church too much.
Yeah, that's my mom wouldn't let us watch it because she'd be like, "Oh, you're letting that into our house," and I'm just like, I've carried that like kind of mindset with me.
Yeah.
So I totally get where you're coming from.
I think it chapter 1 and 2 is probably as far as I'll go. That kind of genre.
That movie was really good.
Really well made.
Bill Hader.
I love him. Love Bill Hader. Did you guys watch that show on HBO with him? I forget what it's called.
Oh, I know which one where
he's
like
like
assassin, right? Or
Yeah. Oh my God. What is that
What's-
called?
I've never heard of it.
what's that Bill Hader movie or show on HBO called? Huh? Barry.
Barry, yes.
I knew
yes,
Gary
yes,
would know.
Yes. It's so good. It's yeah, he like plays an assassin and it's great. You gotta check it out.
Can't imagine. Is it funny? It has to be
There,
funny.
yeah, there's like it's like some parts are like obviously funny because it's Bill Hader. Like it's just like it's really good. I think you guys would.
It's a
watched
good
it,
mix.
right?
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it all. I've seen a few episodes.
It's like
it's one of the things I keep forgetting to watch.
yeah, it's definitely worth the watch.
I got a bunch of notes written down. Filling out my paper.
That's what we're here for. We got you.
I gotta listen to Neck Deep and Knuckle Pucks 2020, Haley Williams, Pete Davidson's Netflix special, Hedge Storm. Good Lord.
We got you set up.
Just DM us and when you're bored and we'll be like, all right, here's some things to check out.
Got enough for the year. Love your mic, by the way.
I know it's so
Thank you.
fancy.
It's such a nice mic.
I was literally in the middle of a Twitch stream and my headset stopped working, the mic stopped working, and I literally just ran to Best Buy and I'm like, I need something because I'm annoyed. And this one, it lights up.
Oh
Gorgeous,
yeah,
yeah.
it's so fancy.
Called
I like-
HyperX.
This one is so nice, but I always like accidentally like knock it off because like I have like my desk is like an antique desk, which I need to get like a separate desk for podcast stuff. Yeah, because it always falls off and I always knock it off. So I'm surprised I haven't done that yet, but now I just jinxed it. So
It'll
Everything's
happen.
crashing down with your foldable green screen.
my green screen is
Your
gonna
background.
fall on top of me.
Talk over your array of drinks you have lined up.
Yep, my drinks are gonna go everywhere, literally.
Oh, I can't
Fine.
say anything. I literally
2, 3.
Jerry Coke,
Starbucks.
there it is.
I have my red monster.
Ooh, I can't do those anymore. Red Bull was my choice at
Yeah.
Rockstar.
I like them all. It kind of just depends. But the blue Red Bull is my favorite.
Oh yeah, I used to drink those all the time. I think they gave me a heart murmur. I don't know if that's scientifically able or, but I went to the doctor recently. Now that I make enough money that I can go to a doctor, and
Hell
he's
yeah.
like, "Yeah, you have a heart murmur," and I was like, "Since when?" I was like, "Yeah."
Did I
So we
do
did-
this to myself?
I was like,
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either. Well, I guess it either
It's like-
skips or it has like a weird rhythm to it at sometimes. I don't
Oh,
know.
wow. That's interesting.
Still alive.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
But
I would just tell your girlfriend, like, yeah, you just make my heart skip a beat. Like, I love
Yeah.
you so much.
maybe
That
me
is
such a heart murmur.
smooth.
Not as sexy when you say heart murmur. You give me such a clinical disease. You should-
And I love you for it.
Honestly, that pickup line I might work for me. I would like that. I think that's a good one.
It's top 10, I'm telling you. Never heard it before.
Hey,
Very
I-
original.
I just pull things out and see what sticks. So,
I love that.
I think you'll be good though, no worries. I think my worst, I was drinking 2 cups like this of espresso in the morning, and then Red Bull midway throughout the day. And then after work, I would drink, an espresso squirrel coffee. I don't know if you had those, they're really good. And then at night, I'd have another Red Bull.
oh my gosh.
That was working.
And did you sleep?
No, I was travel training as a chef. So I would work 16-hour days.
Oh,
And I
wow.
also needed to find time to film. So I'd film on my breaks, which eventually got me fired. And then I go back to work, and then I work all the shifts because you're training people to open a restaurant. And then you
Wow.
work 7 days a week for that.
That's crazy. So, guitarist, comedian, and now chef. You can do it all.
Not now, Tech, no.
But I mean, we're now finding out, chef.
No, yeah. I'm very one focused, so I'll get good at
That's
one
awesome.
thing.
I cannot cook at all. So go you.
You win. Yes. That's
I
funny.
love that.
But anytime you want to come on,
Yeah,
we
for
could play
sure.
games.
I'm ready
Oh,
whenever.
literally whenever.
Next time I come on, I'm just going to talk about Haley Williams, Knuckle Puck, Neck Deep, the new Pete Davidson Netflix special.
I could talk about
Alcantara
all
did
those things.
We will follow up and we'll play Pitch Storm next time.
Ready,
We'll
I'm-
write some movies.
Where'd you get it? Amazon? Not
Uh,
sponsored?
I think, I got it from a place called Zia Records here in
Oh.
Arizona. So it's like a thrift kind of thing, but I think you can find it online.
So close to me.
Where are you?
Sacramento, California.
Oh, nice. I grew up in Los Angeles. I love California.
I love LA, Burbank.
Yeah. So expensive though,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
That's why I was homeless.
I mean, I haven't talked about it much, but in high school I definitely was there too. It's crazy like how expensive that area is. And
It's like you have to choose. I wasn't like, I put myself in homelessness. I don't want to like play down being homeless. You really have to choose like work full time, 2-3 jobs in order to pay for a place to live, or be homeless and take that money and actually do what you're there in LA to do. So take your acting classes or go to that improv school.
mhm.
That's what I did. I was like, I'll live in my car if I can go to Upright Citizens Brigade and, take acting classes with Ivana Chubbuck,
Yeah,
love it. That's what I did.
that's awesome though. That the acting class and improv, that's an experience that you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be
that's
on the
really
same
cool.
Stage as like Ivana Chubbuck, she studied with Brad Pitt. She helped Brad Pitt get one of his first roles. I don't know his real name, Chandler from Friends.
I know who.
I
Yeah.
know.
I forgot his name too. It escaped me.
Jim Perry, like she's worked with so many people, and they've been on the improv stage of Upright Citizens Brigade and stuff like that. So it's really cool just to be working with people around that know people. Love
Will
it.
you
I like-
ever transition into acting for screen?
That was the goal. Like I started off in my car. I was vlogging. The whole idea of it was I'm going to vlog every day my way to success. So like I didn't see anyone do that. It's like I'm
Mhm.
going to show you the steps along the way how to become successful. So I'm going to do it. And that was the goal, be in movies, TV shows, stuff like that. And then this popped off. I'm like, I like this a lot better than someone giving me a script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love cameos. My girlfriend, she writes movies. Like she's in the process of making a movie this year.
Wow.
So I get to be like a one-line cameo in it. So I was like, I don't want to be a big part, but I want to be in it. So I think cameos and stuff like that, but not pursue movies full time.
Yeah.
That's awesome though.
Yeah. I
Good
get to
job
know.
on your girlfriend. I can't wait to see. Like I'll keep my eyes on every social.
It'll be everywhere on my social when she comes out with a movie.
That
Oh.
is awesome. That is incredible. We love a supportive boyfriend.
Yeah.
We
And
love
then you can put her on here.
Yeah.
Yes, that
Hell
would be
yeah.
awesome.
All right, guys. Well,
Okay,
this has been the Honey Podcast. We have had an amazing time today with Brandon Farris joining us, and we will be back again with another episode. Hopefully, he'll join us again sometime. All right,
Sure will.
guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Brandon, where can we find you online? What are your socials?
I'm Brandon Farris on everything.
Easy
Any
enough.
video you want, I'm Brandon Farris. That's it.
Cool.
Awesome. Looking forward to watching everything that you come out with. And thank you guys. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.